This is where I keep my post.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind.
A map of London and the...
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes,
What should we do next, Holmes?
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing...
What happened after that?
I waited until the changing room door was open, so I should hear...
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir.
The steam room. The steam room. These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes. Expensive clothes belong. Champagne for a special occasion. Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session. An ice champagne chilled.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Some dirt or earth. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Well, death is very recent, between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago. There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous. There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large. I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes,
There are a great many possibilities.
probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away. One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. I will need something to pick up this melted metal. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else? I found him.
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Mr. Holmes?
Move. The weapon is nowhere to be found. The grid cannot be removed. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning and you went to the post office where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes. We don't have many leads here.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
None, Lestrade.
Have you found... What should we do next, Holmes?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucination.
A fountain pen with solid gold trim. Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card. An embroidered silk handkerchief. Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last line. And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
An old and rather dirty coin. This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room. I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver. An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question. A hand-drawn map. An ordinary pencil. An ordinary pencil. An embroidered silk. A fountain pen. Sir Gregory. When Garrow found...
I'm always wondering what's on your mind. According to the there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
By a rope. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
Locked. Please escort this suspect for interrogation. You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
We were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament, suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all...
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
How was the work progressing?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder? Did you bring a bottle of champagne?
Absolutely.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. Would you mind?
Not at all.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve...
And has it been successful?
It has.
What was your relation?
Well,
Was it your first?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly.
Well,
Can you tell me what you saw today?
well, I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck.
Do you believe?
Oh, no.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now?
Well,
Is that all?
no. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological... Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
Do you recognize?
Certainly.
And
Sir Rodney...
what can you?
Will he always... I will...
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But...
What?
Well, I haven't thought about that.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
What is your occupation?
I am a councillor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the...
Well,
You...
yeah,
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
And he,
Are you feeling unwell?
I'm sorry.
Do you need it?
I,
Please try to recall...
the room.
But you
I saw the knife, you know.
saw the...
Everything.
Had Sir...
Well, when his ring. Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
This is the coin that...
It must be very rare.
No, I... Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I...
I mean it. Did you
What?
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that or he is a good actor. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. Selenite, white clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to. The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St Albans. Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly. Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
We don't...
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
Have you found something interesting? What should we do next, Holmes?
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city. This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city. This is the map of... The door has been left open. Someone did not care or was in haste. Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking. The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge. Construction hooks. Construction hooks. Neptune, the god of the sea. It is a statue of Minerva. It is a statue of Minerva. It is a broken statue of a bull. It is a broken statue of a bull. Neptune, the god of the sea. It is a statue of... This is the map of the site. The gastrophates were used with ropes. The gastrophates were used with ropes and hooks for sieges. The door has been left open. Someone did not care or was in haste. This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. The gastrophates were used with ropes and hooks for sieges. This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here? This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here? Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush. Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush. I don't need the ropes for now. I don't need the ropes for now. I can see now. Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman Baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place. Frigidarium. These are the city's Roman baths. What might be hidden there? Construction hooks.
These baths are becoming sinister.
Frigidarium. This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop. Tools used by archaeologists in their research. 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 I will need these tongs. Tools used by archaeologists in their research. Tools used by archaeologists in their research. A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it? Archaeological findings. Old... Archaeological findings. Old clay pots. Archaeological findings. Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations. A glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue. Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. Perhaps I could find some clues by activating the flagstones. A hidden symbol. hidden sign. A symbol. Now I have all the clues to help me find where these symbols are leading. All I need is imagination. The signs are pointing to this bust.
What is this place?
I am unsure, Watson, but everything points to the fact that it was the last place visited by Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. We are approaching the end of this mystery.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
A broken glass plate. What is it doing here? I should examine it at Baker Street. How very peculiar. An ice maker.
Why would Sir Rodney have brought such a device here?
A sack of crude salt. The fire casts a shadow upon the floor. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of... The pillar collapsed a long time ago. This shadow seems to represent a bridge. That is the symbol of Neptune, the god of the sea. It resembles a bull. It is very similar to the face of Mithras. The shadows show us the way to go. We will find Mithras after Neptune, the bull, and the bridge. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb. The pillar collapsed a long time ago. A shovel, not from the Roman era. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb.
How dreadful. Judging by the broken orbit, this poor fellow met a death similar to Sir Rodney's.
This shoe is not from the Roman era. It is medieval at best. This man was a tomb raider who met with an unfortunate end.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful. We don't have many leads here.
This shoe is not from the Roman era. It is medieval at best.
Have you found something interesting?
Mummified. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb. A shovel, not from the Roman era. The pillar collapsed a long time ago. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb. That is the symbol of Neptune, the god of the sea. The shadows show us the way to go. We will find Mithras after Neptune, the bull, and the bridge. This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy. This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy. Mithras, the god, clothed in Anatolian costume and wearing a Phrygian cap, killing the bull. This The grid cannot be removed. I should analyze this melted metal. One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
All these baths are becoming all these events are bad for the baths and my job.
Mr. Holmes?
Frigidarium. This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver. I must take a pipette and place several drops of acid upon the samples. I must take a pipette and place several drops of acid upon the samples. The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver, Britannia silver quality. There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them. I will count this piece as a starting point. I will count this piece as a starting point. I will count this piece as a starting point.